Hey guys, Jared here. I just went undefeated at my locals 4-0 with Runic, Spright, and Adventure. And I wanted to show you guys the deck profile. Like I said in my previous video before, this is the deck I wanted to play at YCS Niagara, but unfortunately I could not go, so I've just been messing around with it at my locals and a dueling book and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into the deck profile and explain as I go. So this is a 60 card list. Obviously, it's a very thick deck. And so for the actual Sprite package, it's pretty normal stuff here, blue and jet. And then we played the one Pixies, one Carrot, double red. So the reason for the extras is just quickly because we want to see more Sprite names and 60 cards. We need to increase our math to see at least one of these. As long as we see one of them and then a Runic card, that's full combo plus Fountain. So as long as we just have that, it's very easy. I think just having any of them doesn't matter. Even if it's the bad ones, it's still fine because as long as you can exceed into gigantic with the fusion, it's all that matters. And then for the quick frog package is Swamp Frog and Rototoden. Yeah, it's pretty standard. This card also helps play around Dark Lord no more, and I'll explain why in a little bit, but this card is just really, really good. This deck also doesn't lose a Super Poly, which is very nice. Like, they can't break your board with Super Poly, and Dark Lord only does so much against it, so this deck is, like, just so versatile and good. And then for the adventure package, it's 3 Water Enchantress, 1 Griffin Rider, and 1 Illegal Knight. So this engine is actually just really good right now. I think it's really underestimated in the current format. And the Water Enchantresses pair very nicely with the frogs because you can discard Water Enchantress for Swamp Frog and then trigger the effect, then use Water Enchantress in Graveyard to get right, and then it plays around the like right restriction and it doesn't make your frog like dead if you draw it. So it's a very nice little like synergy there that you have. And then Illegal Knight's really here because you lose your battle phase with the Runic cards, so you need cards that like help clear boards, and this is just one of the best ones to do it with. Yeah, and then obviously like you can Draco back this back after you use it, so you can use it on your opponent's turn again if you need to break a board. It's just really good card overall. And then Griffin Rider to protect against hand traps. And then for the last 2 monsters I played, it's just one Magician Souls and 1 Illusion to Chaos. This is just like generically good. This could just be anything really. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in yet, along with like some other cards. Like there's some changes I'm like iffy on, but like I never actually used them in this tournament. I just didn't draw them honestly. But like I used them on Dueling Book a lot, and they're like insane when I use them. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like these could be anything else really. It's not that big of a deal. I might just like, to be honest, I might just cut the deck down. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. For now, like, but they're all right for what they are. And then for spells, so standard, Spright, starter, and smashers, you have to play these. Consistency and smashers is just like really good against tier, just being able to banish everything. For the adventure package, this is like a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. The way I have this played currently is 3 Rite of Armistier, which is standard. But then I play double Fateful and double Draco back. So in the matchups of how they go, when you skip your battle phase, you really need an extra like ride along for the adventure package, because let's say you go first, you make your board, they try to play through it, and then they crack some of it, but like leave you still kind of open. When you have like the extra Faithful and the extra Draco back, it really lets you like push through one more time to like really just seal the deal on a match. Is it changeable? Yes. But like it's kind of greedy. Yes. It could make it less consistent. Yes. But it's come up so many times to where I really feel like I need it. Plus, I also play Pot of Desire, so the extra names are like super helpful, so you don't banish like everything in one go. And then for the Runic cards, my Runic engine is very heavy because we're playing 60 cards, and you need to see Runic cards. And there's so many of them, it doesn't matter if it's a good one or a bad one. You just need the special summon Hugin to get to Fountain, which is the most important thing. So we play 2 copies of Fountain because you never want to see more than one. And we want to search it most of the time, but if you draw it, which is always nice. And then 3 of the best ones, which are Tip, Freezing Curses, which is Forbidden Chalice, Destruction, which is MST, Flashing Fire, which is like, I don't know, like Hammer Shot or something. It destroys special summon monsters. And then the other best one, in my opinion, is Slumber, which is very good with the Spright cards because you can protect Gigantic from being destroyed. Yeah, just like general protection is just always good. I feel like in a lot of decks, and there's some stuff that like random scenarios that can come up with Slumber. I've like made access code and then like slumbered it when they tried killing it. This is like random stuff. Like it comes up more than you would think, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Even in battle too, like if they go like if you have like Elf Toad and they want to like beat over something in battle, you can slumber their monster so it can't attack, or you can slumber your own monster that they're trying to attack and then protect it. So it's just like generically like really good. this works very well with the Spright cards, I guess, is like the best way I can explain it. And then for like the not good runic cards, I suppose, is 2 Dispelling. This is just like a very mediocre interruption. But again, they all have the special summon effect anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then one Smiting Storm, and then one Golden Droplet. These are just like names mostly. I never really use the first effects for any of these 4. The first effect never really comes up. They're just here to special summon. But like they're like situational, I guess. So like against road decks, Dispelling's like really good. Or even against like Spright. Whoops. Against Spright sometimes you can like catch them off guard. Tearmate, you never want to use the first effect, obviously, and some other decks you don't want to. These are like punishing for like back row decks or like any grind deck. If the game goes on too long, you can punish them with like just hit 5 cards out of their deck. So yeah, like I don't know. And the Runic card just like insane. You just have to remember the battle phase thing. Like don't forget that. It's like so important, and you need to play. Like you need to base your plays on it. So like if you forget about it and then you start making plays and you remember like midway through your play, you can just completely screw everything up because you need to be able to out a board and make a board at the same time. And that's what makes this deck so powerful. At like it feels so unfair at times too. Like you can break a board and then make a board, and it just like destroy your opponent. And then for like just generic good spells, we play the 1 Call by 1 Foolish. This is like mostly in here for Water Enchantress, but there's been times where you can like Foolish Burial, like Spright Blue, and then like make like fart out an elf, and then elf back to blue, and yeah, and just like go off from there. 2 Power Desires, like I said. This I'm like still 50-50 on this card too. I really like it, but I also kind of want to try Prosperity. I know it conflicts with drawing with the Runic cards, but like banishing 10 from the main deck is super steep cost, and I want to cut down some cards. Maybe I don't know yet. But like I said, for now it's fine. Obviously, it's working. You know, I'm at 4-0 today, or not today on Thursday. I'm at 4-0, but yeah, like it's just like it's fine. It's just some situations are just like awkward. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then 3 Dark Ruin no more. Very simple, straightforward. It's a good card right now. For the extra deck, deck's like kind of tight because we play so many engines. Fusions, it's just 2 Hugin. There was times where I missed the dog. The dog's also dark if I remember right, and you can like make dark off of that, which is very relevant. So I might try to fit a dog in here later, but for now 2 Hugin was fine. I never needed the dog, but it was just times where I realized like, oh, I could just like summon, make dark go into like either like take their blue or go into like Unicorn and then go in like Access Code or go into Zoroboros, like just extra materials in general for the Runic cards. And then for the Exceeds, it was just 1 Toad and 2 Gigantic. This is like as standard as could be. And then for the Links, I played double Elf. I like 3 never really has come up, like maybe like once in like all my testing, but like 2 is like perfectly fine usually. The games don't go on for that long, but if you want to fit a 3rd one in, you can, feel free. And then 1 IP for Interruption, and then 1 Dark Charmer and 1 Water. Water hasn't come up, Dark has come up. I might cut Water, this might be one of the cards I cut for the dog. This doesn't come up enough, that's all. And Dark's obviously just broken. The Nightmares, so like the reason you play these 2 is because again you don't have a battle phase, so you need to be able to clear the board, and Cerberus is like just very generically good, like discard pop, and people aren't putting like important things in the extra monster zone this format. Like everything's just in the main monster zone, so you can just pop everything with Cerberus, and it's like good. And you get a lot of advantage in this deck with like Adventure and Spright cards, just like searching all the time. So you get a lot of extra cards you can pitch. It's not a big deal. The Oil Link 3 I play is Unicorn. Unicorn outs Kaleido Heart like very easily. Just spin it back. Or the other Teal'c fusions, just spin it back. Curious, just spin it back. Like all these cards just like do stuff when they're sent to the graveyard. Or Fairy Tale Snow, just spin it back. Just get rid of that shit. You don't want to deal with it. And then for the 2 rank 4s I play is 1 Access Code. This guy doesn't come up too much. He's like kind of specific because he comes up when you have Fountain up or like Fateful Adventure up, and you don't want to lose them, but you still have like cards to clear. So you go into like a Unicorn line or maybe like a Nightmare line or a Dark Charmer line to go into him, or an Elf line, and then you just like blow up extra cards, and then you can also banish himself to pop an extra one if you need to summon another like Hugin. So there's been times where you like I go like Dark on like one of their guys, go into Access Code, and then like pop with the Access Code, banishing the Access Code itself, and then like use the Runic to special summon like Hugin, and then special summon a Spright, and then like the Spright and Hugin go into Gigantic, and then just like do like the Spright combo after you like pop the war with Access Code. There's like random cute things you do like that with this deck. Yeah, just like it's just neat stuff. I don't know. And then the last card is Zoroboros. This card's just broken. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like every time like my opponent makes a tier board and I'm able to like make this, they just can't recover. Like tier dedicates a lot to their board, and if you can crack it with this card, you just win the match usually. Like I don't think I've ever made this card and lost, and like when it resolves, it's just an insane card overall. Like banishing the entire field is so powerful right now because nothing's like doing anything from banishing, and being able to do like the IP elf, like activate sorry, what is it? Activate elf, chain IP and elf go into Zeraboros, and elf summon into Zeraboros, so and then nuke the board. So strong. And then like you can trigger Zeraboros pretty easily with this deck too, which is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. I didn't even use a side deck in this local. I just played this deck, and this deck has outs to everything. Like, you don't lose anything. Mystic Mind's like a joke to this deck. So you have 60 cards. You play main deck outs like up the wazoo. It's ridiculous. So overall, I hope you guys like this deck. This is like really powerful, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, this is like my most competitive deck right now, I would say. So if you guys enjoy this like quick explanation deck profile, actually I guess it wasn't that quick this time. There's just a lot more cards. But I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.